Hey, it's James Murray. We're in the Necan Ledger newsroom. I'm here today with Sara, Williamson, and Virginia Necan. There was a rally this morning at City Hall. A little bit later today, there's a rally on Memorial Avenue. What's the issue our readers and viewers need to know about, Sara?
Okay, well, this is the Global Day of Action for fighting for fairness and $15, or the other way around, fight for 15 and fairness. That's $15 minimum wage and fairness in the workplace. And this is a day of action across, well, other countries, in particular the United States and Canada, to get the minimum wage up to $15 an hour. Particularly, it impacts fast food workers and a lot of other areas. And the fairness in the workplace part of it is to do with the precarious workers. They're just casual, part-time on contracts, and they're working sometimes not necessarily at the lowest wage, but the scheduling is so erratic that they can't have a life of their own. And then there's other issues around respect in the workplace, the workers' rights to organize, to be have protections against bullying and harassment and safety, and then also things like paid sick days is a big one, that people are taking the vacation time to be sick, or they're coming to work sick and not good. There's just a lot of things that can be improved. And fortunately, this year, both the provincial government is looking at a review of the Employment Standards Act and the Labor Relations Act. So it's an opportunity for people that are concerned about the situation for workers to talk about what needs to be changed in those regulations and what needs to be enforced more vigorously. So we want people to start thinking about that. And also federally, it's $15 minimum wage is going to be a federal election issue, and it's really good to have. When the federal government sets a minimum wage at 15 an hour, that kind of puts a standard across the country, and it immediately affects not just federal workers, but it also affects jurisdictions like any of the interprovincial companies and transportation, and we always say boats and planes and trains, and
Yes.
that's that sort of thing, and to some extent the banking industry. So so it's an exciting year for this issue, and it's a pivotal time. We should be able to make some gains. Last year, for 2013-14, we had a minimum wage campaign, and we were able to raise. Get the raise provincially for 7%. The wage came up. Not enough, but start. And it's also tied to inflation, which is important, so that we're not falling further behind. So now we're hoping to make more gains.
Virginia, what was your feel for the rally this morning?
It was a good rally, but we need more people out there, more workers, and to push the fight for $15 an hour. And more of my people to show up and support and bring their concerns to the table, like not getting jobs and their problems with disability reviews and all that.
Now, a lot of people feel that the minimum wage is only for like students and part-time workers. What's the reality with a minimum wage job?
Well, it's all ages. There's seniors that are working minimum wage jobs because they work. Their pension is next to nothing, particularly women who were out of the workforce for a while and weren't able to get into a career mobility jobs. it's students. Well, I mean, when you say it's just students, people think, oh, well, their parents are looking after them, but lots of students are not living at home. They are having to fare for themselves. And as we had one speaker this morning, Joseph Thomas was talking about, he's full-time student at Confederation College, but he's also having to, he works and at low-wage jobs, and because that's what's available. And we look at the stats, for on Thunder Bay, and now not all the at the different employment sectors, and I had the figure here actually. The 20% of jobs in Thunder Bay are in wholesale and retail, and 23% of jobs are in the health sector. Now, not all those jobs are below 15 an hour, but a lot of them are, particularly in retail and the restaurant industries, and then the health sector. Although there's some very good paying jobs in the health sector, there's also a lot of people in precarious work, and the home care workers, and their work, and a lot of casual work and so on. So it is an area that's affected by all kinds of people.
So you're on from the studio onto the next rally?
Yeah. This is in solidarity across North America. There's people demonstrating in front of McDonald's as an example of a big corporations making billions in profits, and still they're paying very low wages to their workers and very little in benefits. And so we're going to have a rally there from 11:30 till 12:30 in front of that to put the message out. Again, as Virginia says, more people need to be aware of that it's time to ask for 15 minimum wage and better conditions in the workplace.
So I'm James with Net News Ledger. It's a national and global day of action for workplace fairness, and we'll get back to you with more news later.